Now this is the kind of thing Jason 4 could be a class action participant in this lawsuit. Now lately we've been hearing about high frequency trading all over the place, and there's investigations here, investigations there, and they're rigging the markets, and all this is coming out now. So right on schedule, the CME group, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is the one that runs the Commex market, which means that the price setting, rigging, etc., is ultimately done through the CME group, because they're the ones that control the Commex market. So every trade, etc., goes through them. And there's also the CBOT, Chicago Board of Trade. That's kind of like this with them. And this is interesting because in this lawsuit, they're alleging that from 2007 until now, and keep in mind, my silver position on the Commex was in 2008, so it is within this time frame. From 2007 to now, the CME is alleged to have sold order information to high-frequency traders ahead of other market participants. That's what they're alleging in the lawsuit. Throughout the class period, or class action period, defendants not only permitted the high-frequency trades to see price and market data, including open orders, market orders before all other market participants, and traders saw the price and market data, they permitted the high-frequency traders to execute trades using this same non-public data and order information before all other traders and market participants. In doing so, the defendants engaged in a fraud on the marketplace, deceptive practice, and failed to maintain a marketplace that is free from market disruption and market manipulation. Throughout the class period, the defendants concealed the fact that they were not providing a marketplace free of market manipulation because they were allowing the high-frequency traders to trade based upon non-public information, specifically the non-published and unexecuted orders of all other users of the CME and CBOT. In doing so, the defendants failed to provide a marketplace that is free from market manipulation and established an unequal and two-tiered marketplace, all the while inviting and soliciting the use of its financial trading instruments for profit. The plaintiffs in their complaint against CME and CBOT allege, quote, a fraud on the marketplace and seek class action status on behalf of exchange users. CME denied their accusations in a statement. Of course. Sometime after the start of 2007, the CBOT and CME began letting high-frequency traders peek at all orders to buy and sell futures contracts before they were reflected to the rest of the market, according to the complaint filed April 11th in federal court in Chicago. That glimpse occurred before the person or entity entering the buy or sell order received confirmation that their order was received. In other words, before anyone other than the high-frequency traders were privy to this information. The lawsuit alleges CME Group gave high-frequency traders early access and that trades from that exclusive advance notice changed prices for everyone else. Now here's something that stands out for me, and yes, I'm going to find out who's exactly filed that lawsuit, contact them, and say, I'd like to be put on that class action because I was absolutely affected. And what happened, here's the thing. As they're alleging, it's not just the fact that they're high-frequency traders, but they are getting market information that is non-public, that no one else, period, should be getting except for the person that handles the market. That'd be like this, you know, the New York Stock Exchange is the only one that would know how many buy and sell orders are just been, you know, being placed, even at the, you know, millisecond level, whatever. And in this case, this is the CME Group, so this is commodities. That would be gold and silver. the price of oil, price of food, wheat, corn, price of energy, all kinds of stuff are set on the Commex, which is what this lawsuit's about. And if you're one of the big banker club members and you have direct access all the time to every trade that's being made in any market, and let's just focus on the silver market for 1 second, if you don't mind. Price of silver 2008, it's around 20 bucks. Some moron named JSNIP4 doesn't know any better at the time, decides to play a futures contract, gets a mini futures contract. He's up several $100s in a few days, thinks he knows what he's doing because he is a free country that has a free market, and this is the American dream. You can do this, you can make money just like everyone else. You don't have to have any special information. You don't have to be a member of a club. All you have to do is be a member of the general public, and you too can live the American dream. That was what was thinking. That what was going on in my mind as far as thinking goes. And it was working because I was up several $100s in a matter of days. Hey, I can do this. There's nothing wrong here. Little did I know that there was a whole lot wrong. Not only do they get to see the bets, in other words, the people who are buying and selling, in this example, a silver futures contract or multiple contracts, when that person or entity clicks buy or sell, before their screen tells them we've acknowledged a buy order for 2 contracts, before that even happens, when you first click the button and you're waiting for that confirmation, which could happen within half a second, right? The high frequency traders apparently know you just pressed buy before their confirmation was sent back to you to tell you confirmed. So it's like, okay, I click buy, goes into the system. This, you know, JSNIP4 just bought 1 silver futures contract. Let's reply back to him to say we've confirmed that. Now you're locked in at this price and you have a live contract, all of, you know, less than half a second. But the high frequency traders actually got that information before I got the confirmation back. So I press buy, they see that I press buy, they can make a trade based on that and anyone else who pressed buy around that same time. And then we get our confirmation of this is what just happened. And they may have seen a whole bunch of those orders come in, realizing the price is either going up or down, and make their trades accordingly. And by the time we get our confirmation back, which again is a half second or less, the market may have moved in a direction that we didn't quite like. And now we're going to sit on our positions to see if it moves any more. Meanwhile, even though it moved a tiny bit, and we're down a tiny bit now all of a sudden, they just made a bunch of money. And the reason that we're down a tiny bit is because of what they've just done by pushing a massive sell order or whatever through during those little milliseconds of time. So here's the other side, and this is what that article is now making me ring a little bell in my head. If they also, as the lawsuit alleges, if they also know all open positions, an open position just means, for example, if I've got $3,000 in my account, I'm playing a mini futures contract, and I have an open position, that would mean I either have a buy or sell order live. Right now I'm waiting for someone to buy it or sell it. Or in other words, I just purchased an order, you know, I just hit buy, and now I've got an open order and I'm sitting on it waiting for the price to rise so that I can sell it and make a few bucks. That's an open order. Or if I just click sell and it's on the market for sell, did it sell instantly or am I waiting a few seconds? That's an open order. Most of the time an open order is going to be someone who bought the contract and is waiting for, you know, hit buy and is waiting for the price to rise before selling it. So it's not going to be something that happens buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be buy and hold it and wait. That's what a normal person, that's what normal market action is. You buy and wait. None of this nanosecond, millisecond, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. No, doesn't happen. So they get to see all the regular people's open positions, which means they know exactly how many futures contracts to sell to clean and wipe everybody out. which is exactly what happened to me, and they only brought it down to the level to wipe everybody out. So that explains why in 2008, I believe it was March 2008, silver was 20 bucks, and they smashed it instantly to $17 without any buyers in between. So if you look at the chart when that happened, you know, silver's doing its normal thing in the morning, and then all of a sudden it falls straight down. I don't even mean like down and a little bit to the right, because there's a few sell orders, and then down some more, and then a little bit to the right, and then some more sell orders, and then down. No, I'm talking about 0 buyers all the way down till $17. So no movement except straight down, $17. Someone flooded the market massively with these contracts, and then all of a sudden at $17, all those contracts that were flooded on the market were bought by somebody. So the question is, why wasn't there someone at $19? Maybe even 18, 1950, 1850. Nope, it was 17. Why did they choose $17? Because a $3 move multiplied by 10, because you're leveraged at 10, right? And we're playing with 100 ounces worth of money at the time. 20 bucks would have been $2,000, plus you have to have what they call a maintenance amount, so that if the market moves in a negative way, you don't get a margin call, so that's another $1,000. So you give them $3,000 and you get to play the game as if you had $20,000 worth of silver in your possession playing with it. So you can see, if the market moves $1, you're making $1,000 I think is what I totaled myself playing a mini futures contract. Now that 10-to-1 example I gave you is how much they leverage you. So think about this: a full-size futures contract is 5,000 ounces, whereas what I was playing with was 1,000 ounces, but I only need 100 ounces worth of money to play it. So if you're playing a full-size futures contract of 5,000 ounces, that means you have to have, you're actually playing with 10 times that amount, technically speaking, because you're leveraged 10-to-1. So imagine the full-size players that got wiped out. That's 5 times what I was playing with when this happened. So I truly believe this lawsuit is accurate, and they're not just alleging that they had information that they were actually selling to market participants, which of course you're going to find out were these high frequency traders. Also, probably you'll find out it was JP Morgan and friends, big banks and friends, and people who used to work for big banks that then opened their own company to start trading, like MF Global or whoever, because they all know we're part of the club. We all get access to the same information from the CME group, because the same people that work there used to work for us. They're also part of the club, and we have access to this information. So any person that wants to play the game, any regular individual that wants to play the game, is pretty much stacked against to lose automatically, because the only way that these high frequency traders are going to make money is if somebody's losing. You can't have winners in everything. You can't have everybody go on the stock market or the Commex market and go buy an order and everybody wins. Everyone makes money. For every winner, there is a loser. Always. And in 2008 of March, that was me. I was the loser, and I still thought then, man, my stupid decision. I should have not bought a contract right the night before. Maybe I should have waited a few days. Right, you start going back over what you could have done wrong. Yeah, but I did the test thing when I wasn't playing with money, the little fake program that lets you play with day after day, making money. It was based off the live market, so if that was making money then, I put my real money in it. I still started making money, and then wham, I got cleaned out. And I'm going back. Earlier chart, 2006, 2005, 2000. I've never seen a waterfall decline like this ever. What's going on here? How is it that I just got into this? And I mean, I was just in it for maybe a week or 2 weeks, and it happened. How did I get into this? And this happened right then and there. Because even since that time frame, the market hasn't moved that much, that rapidly, where there were no buyers all the way down to $17. From 20 to 17. Even when it was 49, 50 bucks, and it started going back down, 45, 40, 30, 35, right? It didn't go from 50 to 40 like straight shot down, right? There was sell orders pushing people out rather than cleaning them out. But again, if you were one of the high frequency traders, seeing all open orders, knowing what was about to happen, your system would have sold off all your contracts in a heartbeat. Before JSNP 4's, when he clicked sell, matter of fact, I didn't have to click sell. I was using Options Express company. So I have a little program that was on my computer that I could log into their website and do live buy and sell orders, see what, allegedly live transactions. What I'm seeing, everyone else in the world sees at the same time. Little did I know. So even though I had a stop put in like at 15 or 20 cents below the price, so if it was $20, I had a stop like at $19.80, which means I can walk away, I can go home, I can go to sleep. And if that price goes down to $19.80 or less, as soon as it hits $19.80, my stops are triggered, which means automatic sell order. I don't have to like interact with it. However, mine was set up, but if we've got the high frequency trading firms already knowing in advance that the market's going to crash, they already know that I pushed my button to sell, even though I didn't push it, it's automatic. Remember, they're not tied into Options Express. These high frequency traders, I tied in directly to the CME group. So I've got another middleman, which is Options Express. And does Options Express have a middleman that goes to the market? They might. So I may have 2 or 3 hops, so to speak, before I can even get to the CME group, even if it takes 100 milliseconds, which is 1/10 of a second. If you have a high frequency trading firm that gets the information in 10 milliseconds or 20 milliseconds, even 50 milliseconds, that's still half of the time that I get the information. So when my stop is triggered, their stop, so to speak, has already been triggered before mine has, because they saw my button get pushed, and before I get the confirmation, yes, we're selling your order, they've already put the sell order in, and when they put the sell order in, it wasn't one contract. It wasn't one mini contract like I had. It was a ton of full-size contracts. So their order gets put out as a sell order before mine because they pushed the button first, so to speak, and now mine's down here somewhere of all their orders getting fulfilled to sell. Now keep in mind, it went from 20 to 17, which means there were no sell orders. So that also means if their stops were triggered automatically before mine, it didn't matter because no one was buying anyways, and the only buyers came out at $17. So that also tells me that it was the old maneuver where they have one company selling off and there are other companies over here on standby. Again, both companies are hooked up to the exchange with high frequency trading status, if you will. So these are getting when this company sells, 20 or 30 or 50 or whatever futures contracts, think about that, 50 futures contracts, all times 5,000 ounces worth of money you have to have. That's a lot of silver. That's a lot of money. And they dump it on the market instantly. They've got this company, which also gets that information at the same lightning speed while the rest of us are still wondering what happened. And this sell order and the buy order at the certain price level happened so fast that our systems didn't even know what happened yet and are still refreshing the data. So they could have moved the market down 50 cents like that before the rest of us even really saw what happened. And this sell order already been purchased by this person, and now they've moved the price when the rest of us could not have even been in there to buy any of that sell order if we wanted to. Because this one happened so fast and this one bought it so fast, our computer systems hooked up to the exchange didn't even really see it. That's how they moved the price. And that's what happened to JSNP 4. So I am going to go find out this morning who filed that lawsuit. Yes, go ahead and put me in on it. Have a nice day. Oh, hold on. Do you remember the latest WEBBOT report I read to you a couple months ago? And in it, it spoke of the month of April being hot for precious metals and manipulation, not happening, but being exposed. And the way he described it in the WEBBOT report would be like whatever mechanism is manipulating the precious metals market. Either it's the mechanism, but the way he described it was as if he said, just put it this way. There's people involved in manipulating the market. right? That's how this is going to work. And it's as if one day they decide, kind of collectively, I'm not going to do it anymore. Not doing it anymore. And then the price of silver, boom, and gold goes up. And people stand back, oh, here comes the slam. Right, I'm not getting in now. Slam's coming. We know, we've seen this 20 times before. No slam comes. The whole day goes by. Price stayed up. Oh, they're going to hit it tonight in the access market. Nope. Next morning, they didn't hit it there either. Goes up again. Some people jump in, other people stand back. I don't trust it. No fall. No decline in price. Keeps going up. They'll do it tonight. Tonight comes, next morning, don't do it tonight. Price goes up again. What I just described to you as this lawsuit and what they've described is exactly, precisely the mechanism used. How they're doing it, who's doing it, and how they've been able to do it this whole time. Because they have a back door, so to speak, to the CME group. And this lawsuit is alleging that they charged a fee to the other club members to give them that data. When in reality, it's illegal to do that no matter who you are. So is it possible that the person who's filing this lawsuit knows somebody who was part of it and has come to them, their friends right there in the same industry, something, and says, I will be your key star witness testimony because I was part of it? Maybe they're going to work with authorities, right? I'll tell you exactly who it was, who was involved, blah, blah, blah. Now this guy has enough information to file the lawsuit. At the same time, even if there's not a person that this guy's working with who filed the lawsuit, and he's just alleging this based off of his own whatever insight information, and feels like he can take this all the way. What's going to happen is now there's going to be files, emails, data required during the court case that this guy's going to be able to subpoena to show. Here's a perfect example. The price of whatever commodity he's looking at is here right now. We have massive sell orders taking place here, and then we have a buy order. What he will be able to see when that information is subpoenaed is who was the seller and who was the buyer. And if he shows 2007, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2012, especially 2011, when the price was $50, $49 for silver, and then they've been able to push it down over the last few years to $20, he'll be able to look at all of the big moves and see which buyer was it, which seller was it here, and which buyer was it down here every time. And can you imagine if he keeps seeing the same players over and over and over, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2012, 2013, and then now 2014. Same sellers, same buyers, same pattern over and over. If you can show this pattern in court, there's absolutely no question at that point that there's wrongdoing going on. There's manipulation. There's no other way you're going to see the same people buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Always, always, always. Or better yet, sell, buy, because that's usually the order. Sell, buy, sell, buy. And then when the prices go up too much, they reverse roles. Then this one's the seller, this one's the buyer. Seller, buyer, seller, buyer. Now the price is back down, price is starting to rise again. Okay, let's swap roles. Sell, buy, sell, buy. If you can see that, and the only way you're going to see it is by filing a lawsuit and subpoenaing the data, the trade records, it's the only way you're going to see it. So, what do you think would happen? Do you expect another 9/11 event to happen in Chicago, or wherever the CME group's located, right, which is Chicago? Could it be there? Oh my gosh, we had a terrorist attack on the CME building. Oh my goodness, all the data that is going to go to this lawsuit's gone. Perfect place for a terrorist attack, I'll tell you what. Just like 9/11, the World Trade Center, all of the investigative material was being held in World Trade Center number 7, the Salomon Brothers building, of these same banks from like the year 2000 and even prior. There was still stuff from Enron, WorldCom, the scandals being investigated, and they stored all that investigative material in Building 7. And Building 7 is not the Twin Towers. That was like a block and a half away from the Twin Towers. And at 5:20 or 5:19, 5:20 p.m., all day went by. Out of nowhere, Building 7 crumbles straight down in a nice, neat pile. In all video of that building falling, you can see the classic crinkle right down the center of the building that happens in all demolitions. The classic crinkle right down the center. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you never heard of Building 7, what is he talking about? I never heard of another building falling. Go to YouTube and just type in World Trade Center 7. You don't need to type anything else. I mean, you can put 9/11 after that. And watch the videos after videos after videos show this thing falling like a Las Vegas old casino being demolished. And inside of it, I always wondered, why did that building have to fall? And I finally found out doing all the research. All of that investigative material from these same banks that are running the show right now, that were being taken out then. Can't prosecute a bank if all of your investigative material just got destroyed, can you? So, that's all I got for you. The bottom line is, WEBBOT talked about this happening. Is this not the first step in something like that happening, where the mechanism that they use to control the market prices is being dismantled, and or the people are saying, I'm not doing it anymore? If this lawsuit's filed, and it is, the CME group has already responded. We deny this 100%. We don't know allegations. We don't believe in any of it. Nope. All of them know. Think about this. They know this is right. They know that the lawsuit is correct. Guys, we've just been found out. Call all of the club that's been paying us the fees. The party's about to end. We will not be charging you anymore off the radar anyways, you know, under the table, because we weren't allowed to do it anyways, but we're all club members. A lawsuit has just been filed. We have got to stop very soon. The party's about to be over. I find it absolutely amazing that the WEBBOT said April would be the month of the manipulation. Precious metals should start be going up, and it's as if someone said, I'm not manipulating them anymore, I'm done. Is how they described it in the WEBBOT. Even though that may not be how it's happening, it's the only way he could interpret the data and give an example. And now I've got this lawsuit in April that would stop something like this from happening, especially as it goes forward. So is April the date that we'll remember for the rest of our lives of 2014, when it was the beginning of the end of the manipulation, and now we've got to wait for the lawsuit to play out over the next year or two? Or literally, are these people realizing we want to stop now and not wait for the lawsuit to continue on for 1 or 2 years before we stop? We need to stop now because our hands have been showed, right? Our hands have been showed. Let's go ahead and start making the process happen now, where we're going to back off and not manipulate the market. You got high frequency traders being investigated all over the place right now. Strangely enough, a lawsuit comes out not going after the high frequency traders, but going after the CME group, who is alleging that they're selling the live information to the high frequency traders. Highly illegal, before the rest of us get any information. I am going to be on that class action. Take care.